Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Please hit the subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Moments in Love Island USA history. The night that Rob's dumping freakout sent shockwaves through the villa, the fire pit ceremony exposed hidden truths, and Serena completely unloaded on Kordell in a confrontation that fans are still talking about. Buckle up, because the cast is finally reliving those explosive events, giving us fresh insight into what really went down behind the cameras. The tensions, the betrayals, the heartbreak, and the unforgettable drama that redefined the season. Cut to montage of clips. Rob pacing near the fire pit. Islanders gasping. Serena raising her voice at Kordell. To truly understand why Rob's meltdown became one of the most talked about Love Island moments ever, we need to rewind the tape a little. Because his freakout wasn't just a sudden burst of emotion. It was the result of weeks of simmering tension, complicated relationships, and one brutal decision at the fire pit that tipped him over the edge. From the very beginning of the season, Rob had been a controversial figure. He walked into the villa with confidence, charm, and a bit of cockiness that split the fan base right down the middle. Some viewers loved his bold, straightforward energy, while others thought he was manipulative and too quick to stir the pot. Rob's relationships inside the villa reflected that same split. At first, he connected with two Islanders, one who seemed to bring out his softer, vulnerable side, and another who played right into his competitive streak. Didn't take long before things got messy. Producers leaned into Rob's unpredictable energy. Every time a recoupling loomed, fans wondered, would Rob stay loyal? Would he switch? Would he blow up another friendship just to stay in the game? And then came the infamous dumping night where the Islanders weren't just choosing who they wanted to be with, but who was going home for good. The fire pit has always been the heart of Love Island drama. It's where alliances get tested, where hearts get broken, and where the stakes couldn't feel higher. On this night, though, the atmosphere was electric with tension. Every Islander could sense that the decisions being made would change the trajectory of the villa forever. Serena, who had been growing more frustrated with Kordell's mixed signals, was clearly on edge. Other Islanders whispered nervously, knowing that no matter what happened, someone would feel betrayed. When the moment finally came, Rob's name was called. And that's when everything spiraled. What happened next is something that fans still debate. Rob didn't just leave the fire pit. He exploded. The second he realized he was the one being dumped, Rob stood up abruptly, his face a mix of shock and anger. At first, he tried to keep it together, muttering under his breath, shaking his head, pacing back and forth. But within moments, the dam broke. He lashed out at the group. He accused certain Islanders of betraying him. He claimed that the friendships he thought were real were nothing more than strategies for survival. Viewers at home watched as Rob's emotions went from heartbreak to fury in a matter of minutes. Some Islanders tried to calm him down, while others sat frozen in awkward silence. Gasps around the fire pit said it all. This wasn't just a goodbye. This was Rob setting the villa on fire with his final words. After the episode aired, fans took to social media to dissect every frame. But what's even juicier is how the cast themselves are now reliving it. Recent interviews and reunion specials, the Islanders admitted that they were genuinely afraid of how far Rob might go that night. One Islander described the energy as chaotic and combustible, like we were all just waiting for something to explode. Another admitted, we knew Rob was passionate, but nobody expected that level of anger. Felt like he wasn't just mad about the dumping, he was mad about weeks of bottled up feelings. Some Islanders have since defended Rob, saying that the producers pushed his buttons and that his outburst was fueled by the pressure cooker environment of the villa. Others, though, claim it revealed his true character. And this brings us to Serena and Kordell, because while Rob's freakout was the headline, Serena's confrontation with Kordell became the emotional core of the night. But if you thought Rob's meltdown was explosive, wait until you hear what Serena had to say to Kordell in front of everyone. Coming up next, the fire pit turns into a courtroom, and Serena delivers a takedown so sharp that fans are still quoting it today. The fire pit has always been the stage for high drama in Love Island. It's symbolic, the glowing flames, the Islanders sitting in a circle, the dramatic pauses before the big reveals. But on this night, the energy was different. Tense, unstable. Several Islanders have since admitted that they could feel something was about to happen. One described it like this: you could hear a pin drop. Nobody was relaxed. Even before names were called, it was like everyone was holding their breath. Rob himself seemed restless, pacing, adjusting his seat, shooting glances across the circle. Was as if he knew his fate was hanging in the balance. When the host finally revealed the decisions, hearts raced. One by one, names were called, couples were formed, and seats were filled. And then came the bombshell: Rob was out. At first, there was silence. The kind of silence that feels deafening. Islanders exchanged wide-eyed glances, some clearly shocked, others quietly relieved. Spoilers for all episodes of Love Island season ahead. Despite Rocky Sterison's land had viewers rooting for a fairy tale relationship, took while for fan favorite couple Jana Craig and Kennethini Rodriguez to find each other on the reality series. Kenny didn't enter the villa until the end of week 2, and Jana was almost eliminated a few days before he arrived. However, once the pair met on the dating show, they quickly clicked and their relationship survived the test of Casa Amor to become one of the season's most adorable pairings. The finalist couple had been compared to like one-out Disney romance, specifically Princess Tiana and Prince Hakeem from The Princess, and the Freakout fans were clamoring for any news of the couple following this Love Island season reunion in summer now. With the spin-off Love Island, Beyond the Villa having recently premiered, 202 couple is back in the spotlight. Read on for everything we know about Jana and Kenny's relationship, and whether the couple is still together today. Jana Craig, year-old day trader from Hawaii, was one of the Day 1 Islanders in the season 6 cast. She had an eventful dating life in the villa, briefly coupling up with Koi Snor Newsome and Hakemite. On the first public vote on day, Jana and Hakeem were among the least voted couples and faced elimination from the villa. Hakeem was dumped while Jana was saved by the other women, meaning that she remained in the villa as a single Islander. Perfect Tap fans have a lot of thoughts about Lewis and Sandy's tumultuous relationship. They still together. Bronx-born-year-old Kenny Rodriguez, we entered the villa as a day bombshell and he and Jana quickly high off. They recouped together on day, and the next day they received enough public votes to remain in the villa. Their initial time together was cut short when the men chose go Casa Amor. After spending some days apart, Jana chose to stay faithful and recouple with Kenny, but Kenny had things off with Casa girl Catherine Marshall. Jana remained in the villa as a single Islander, but she and Kenny were able to work things out, and they recouped up on day. They also soon became the second couple of the season to spend a night in the hideaway, where they made their relationship exclusive. Jana Kenny Rodriguez on through the final Severa days into the finale, where they joined Nicole Jackie and Kendall Washington, Leah Kateb and Miguel Harichi, and Serena Page and Kordell Beckham as the final couples. Though they did not become season winners, as the prize went to Page and Beckham, Janindi Kenny showed their strong bond during the finale, including sweet moment where Jana gave speech in Spanish for Kenny. The duo ended the season as Love Island third place couple. Are Jana and Kenny still together after Love Island season? Unfortunately, Jana and Kenny's relationship seems to have come to an end. Afters reported their split on Jewelers, confirmed to next day that Jana broke up with Kenny the morning of, according to the Sothil, not be getting back together. Stay in the know. Your email address. Contact me with news and offers from other future brands. Receive email from us on behalf of our trusted partners or sponsors. By submitting your information, you agree to the terms, conditions, and privacy policy and are aged over. Both Jana and Kenny released statements via their Instagram stories on July. Jana spoke out first, addressing the online rumors by saying that none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly. He continued, covering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one, has been truly devastating. Thank you for respecting my privacy, and please know as a child, OO will always be Oka. Though neither Jana or Kenny have revealed what caused the split, clear that the breakup has been contentious. Than an hour after Kenny posted his statement, Jana followed up with a second story calling him a manipulative liar. Noticed that before the reports, they had removed each other from their Instagram bios and unfollowed each other. Several senders have also unfollowed Kenny. According to Leah Kateb and Serena Page have also publicly condemned Kenny and supported Jana. After Love Island Season 6 went off the air in July 2024, the then happy couple had posted many heartwarming pics together, most of which have now been removed from Jana's Instagram feed. Before the couple relocated to Beyond the Villa earlier this summer, they had been in long-distance relationship, with Kenny based in Dallas, Texas, and Jana in Las Vegas. Nevad Tiamir episode of Beyond the Villa. The two revealed that they were staying in separate apartments, since Kenny preferred having hound space. Kenny Rodriguez and Jana Craig share snack while watching the drama at the Love Island season reunion. So pictured in back row, Connor Yuzum and Dea McGee. Mage credit, Jocelyn Pre-Peacock. In the months after season, the then couple did several interviews to discuss their plans for the future. In an October interview, Jana said that the couple saw each other often, but also hadst the right amount of time, so we can miss each other. Hat distance also helps the heart grow fonder. But it doesn't put a lot of pressure on us to need to be with each other all the time. Kind of like how we don't live in the same city RGHT now, she said at the time. Now that we're outside, we can take our time. Not as fast. Quincy Lagarde, culture writer at Marie Claire. She currently lives in her hometown Los Angeles after periods living in and Albuquerque, where she earned a bachelor's degree in English and psychology from the University of New Mexico. Inch joined Marie Claire contributor, becoming a full-time writer for the brand, and she contributes day-to-day content covering television, movies, books, and pop culture in general. She has also written features, profiles, recaps, personas says, and cultural criticism for outlets including Harper Bazaar, Elle, HuffPost, Tinogue, Ulture, The Lube, Catapult, and others. When she isn't writing or checking Twitter way too often, you can find her watching the Test K-drama or giving a concert performance in her car. But after watching this season throughout the last few weeks, it's clear there's something major missing from the show that would make things infinitely better. Throughout Loveland Seeso VE been watching closely as the Islanders have moved strangely in the Ville. This season's been fun for drama, but the relationships. Remove ads. While you've been enjoying Love Island season throughout, been clear to MND many voiceovers online that the cast has been moving a bit differently than others have in the past. Coming out of Love Island USA season, which saw genuine friendships and relationships built throughout the season, things were always going to be tough for the new cast. Regardless of difficulty or producer interference, Love Island season cast had the cards stacked against them, but were also equipped with everything possible to create great season reality in doing. However, their relationships have faltered, and their understanding of what the show is supposed to be has slipped away entirely. Instead, we're left with the Love Island competition. A tough Love Island season cast is highly entertaining. They're not cutting it when it comes to actually participating in the Spirit Love Island throughout the years. Love Island status competition series has shifted. While it's always had a prize at the end, Love Island always meant to be more romantic experience than competition. With Love Island cast playing into the strategic competition side of the series, two of them aren't making the strong connections they came to the show for. Instead, Islanders are foregoing the emotional connections that the show has come to be known for. Despite the fact that viewers have been looking for emotional growth, the Islanders are interested in playing a game. The Villa. They treated the eliminations in their power more like a game than like chance to move couples who are genuinely interested in getting to know each other for war. Eliminating Islanders like Charlie Giorgio, Hannah Fields, and Jeremiah Brown despite budding connections makes clear the Islanders are self-serving. Despite knowing that the onus of Love Island build genuine connection with the other Islanders and hopefully find Ove, the Islanders of this season have come to treat everything more competitively. By getting rid of other Islanders with connections they could help them win in the end, the cast has found a way to make E-Island more strategic. The double standards of Islandisen making the cast unbearable. No OE is holding themselves the standards they're holding others. Although Island has come to find its footing this season, struggling to stay supportive of the Islanders after seeing the double standards they hold over others' behaviors like Shelley Besant, who's been connected with Igreen Almizan, have held people like Huda Mustafa to different standards, creating a divide. The difficult system this CISO. While some Islanders, Kuamaya Espinal have been welcoming and kind to the majority of their castmates, Others have struggled, told, give them the grace they all deserve a part of a reality dating series. The Love Island cast should be meeting each other with grace. Instead, the Islanders having these double standards has made Love Island season worse for wear. Link copied to clipboard. Love Island. Beyond the Villa is the latest spin-off this summer, featuring fan favorite contestants Love and season for anyone who has canceled their Peacock subscription might be the perfect time to resubscribe, since Love Island season was a pop culture phenomenon that broke records and kept fans glued to their screens. Love Island season premiered on June, introducing new Islanders women and 6 men in their 20s who wasted no time coupling up. It didn't take long before Love Island season became the hottest season last summer, thanks to their drama-filled relationships. For example, the relationships between Kordell Beckham and Serena Page, as well Aaron Evans and Kayla Martin, were among the most talked about throughout the season. Serena and Kordell won Love Island season, taking home TH prize while rekindling their romance and making things official as a couple. Meanwhile, Taylor and Aaron called it quits. What happened to the Love Island season 6 cast after the reunion Love Island? Beyond the Villa is set to reveal it all. Here's what we know about the premiere, release date, and cast. According to Peacock, Love Island, Beyond the will follow the season cast as they navigate life in Angeles, juggling careers, friendships, and new relationships. Given how success season was, it's no surprise it's getting spin-off. Preliminary data shared by Variety, Love Island Season 6 was the most watched installment yet, racking up million viewing minutes during the second week of July. That made it Peacock top-performing unscripted series. With numbers like that, Love Island, Beyond the Villa poised to draw just as much attention. Marks the franchise's second spin-off, following Love Island Games, which is already set to return for another season. Love Island, Beyond the Villa release date. Love Island, Beyond the Villa gets the green summer. Montage of Serena and Kordell with the couple smiling and in another picture. Custom image by Sar Garcia. Love Island, Beyond the Villa will air over the summer. No official date has been announced yet, but Peacock confirmed it will happen this year. Debut date is dependent on when Loveland season airs. Following the previous patterns of Love, IND the 7th edition is bound to premiere between June and September based on this. Love Island, Beyond the Villa likely premiere around the same time. Love Island, Beyond the Villa cast. It WLL feature OMF, the fan favorite Islanders of the Love Island Season 6 cast members are returning for Love Island, Beyond the Villa, including Kenny Rodriguez, Olivia Walker, Jana Craig, Aaron Evans, and Kendall Washington. The new spinoff will also feature Miguel Harichi, Leah Kateb, Connor Newsom, Serena Page, and Kayla Martin. Notably absent from the cast announcement is Roche. The snake enthusiast stirred up plenty of controversy during season 6, largely because he showed little interest in finding Ove. But this wasn't Rob's first time on the show. He originally joined Love Island season Bombshell on day 15, but left shortly after failing to couple up with anyone. While there's been no official word on why he won't be appearing in Love Island, Beyond the Villa, his nomadic lifestyle might have something to do with it. Unlike most of his former castmates who've settled in, Rob seems to be constantly on the move, as seen on his Instagram, where he recently shared a Costa Rica photo dump, including pictures of him with snakes. Another notable absence from the Love Island, Beyond the Illa cast list was Kordell Beckham. As surprising not to see the season winner included, especially since his girlfriend, Serena, made the cut. People confirmed that even though the Ove Island seasoner isn't in the main cast, he will still appear on Ove Island, Beyond the Villa. He wasn't a full-time participant because he was cast in a scripted series that conflicted with the Love Island, Beyond the Villa filming schedule. Furthermore, people didn't confirm that their relationship was growing stronger and that Kordell would still be available to support his girlfriend. He too seemed like a great match. In the Love Sand Season 6 trailer, Serena talked about her desire to find short ing, while Kordell proudly described himself as exactly hat, adding that he wasn't afraid to shoot his shot with tall women. Seeing how things play out for them once Love Island Beyond Villa drops this summer will be interesting. What happened to the couple's Love Island record-breaking as it became the most watched reality show on streaming platforms this summer? The series saw plenty of drama with shocking recouplings and a Casa Amor twist that no fan will ever forget. However, Viewers also saw plenty of these islanders really give it their all when it came to finding love inside the villa. Fans became invested in the islanders who coupled up in season 6, and they continue to follow their lives outside the villa. During the season reunion, fan favorites and winners Kordell Beckham and Serena Page revealed that they were continuing to navigate their relationship in the real world. But what about all the other RuPaul Where Do They Stand Tota? Love Island season saw Ealer Martin and Aaron Evans couple up in the very first episode. The two had instant chemistry, but they faced numerous tests in the villa that included the dreaded Casa Amor twist. Later on in the season, Aaron went into Casa Amor and hooked up with Daniela Rivera. Sadly, Kaylor was given a video of everything Ron had done and was livid. His actions would be the downfall of their relationship, despite the pair rekindling their romance and becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. At the C's reunion, Aaron lied again about what really went down between him and Daniela and excluded the part where he put his hands down her pants. Something Kaylor had no idea happened until that day. In an interview with Rolling Stone in August, Kaylor shared that she and Aaron were over F good and had not spoken to him since the show's reunion. She also stated that she still had a lot off for him, but could never see herself start a relationship with resentment or trust issues. Kendall Washington and Nicole Jackie's relationship blossomed later in season when Nicole came on the show as a bombshell. Kendall and Nicole stayed partnered up until the very end, with Kendall even telling Nicole he over her during a one-on-one date. They became one of the final 4 couples in the villa. At the reunion, Nicole expressed how upset she was that Kendall lied to her about when and where he took the explicit video. She also shared that Kendall refused to communicate with Hested of saying it's from years ago to someone you trusted girlfriend, and then find out 2 days later from Jana Craig that it was in the hotel before you go on the show to someone on a dating app is CRA. Kendall owned up toying to Nicole about when the video was taken. However, the following day, both Nicole and Kendall shared that they had ended things statement on Instagram. O revealed that Kendall broke up with. Craig was facing elimination as she remained single in the villa in season that is, until her girls saved her and in came Kenny Rodriguez coming in as the new bombshell. Although the couple faced a small bump in the road with Kenny exiting Casa Amor with another contestant, his relationship with Jana proved strong, and the two made Ito the finale. Jana and Kenny placed 3rd in the season, and fans adore Jan's super sweet speech to Kenny in Spanish. Since leaving the villa, Jana and Kenny have been stew like glue. Before the CISO reunion, Jana shared on Instagram that Kenny had officially asked her to be his girlfriend.